They are losing so much money constantly, and every time they put something, and that's why I thought with this writers and actors strike, I said this is the best thing that could have ever happened to Disney. It happened at the right time where nobody's watching their stuff at all, and this is a time for them to retool. Because right now the strikes, I don't know, one of them ended, but there's another one still going on, and they're celebrating their 100. I just got a Facebook notification of the strike members telling us, "Hey, celebrating 100 days," and I said, "Here's to 100 more days on this." But
Yes, it's the actors out there now.
yes. Oh, it's going nowhere. They're asking for too much money and too much everything. And I
And
thought,
for people who apparently have so much higher moral fiber than the rest of us, let's celebrate 100 days that we've kept all sorts of people out of work, people losing their houses, etc., etc. What is there to celebrate?
let me tell you some of the things that I've seen on the Facebook page of it. And they must be spending a ton of money because I am getting bombarded with this stuff every time they do something. And I don't follow them. It's not like I pressed follow on all these things, though. I'm just getting bombarded with all these things of the different strike organizations sending me stuff. And it's just a picture of like 5 people in a field, and it says, "Hey, this is the Chicago branch," and they have their fists in the air. It's like, why do you have so many branches? Like, what is this? I don't think anyone has any idea what exactly this strike is at this point, though, because it just has different groups of people. Like, oh, here's us at a baseball game. It's like 200 people wearing strike shirts at a
Yeah.
baseball game. It's like, don't you people have no money? What are you doing here?
Well, that just goes to show there is no repercussion for anything they do. They will always be bailed out by some greater power that also has no grasp of reality. Because, okay, celebrating 100 days on strike.
That's
If you guys
depressing.
were truly feeling the implications of this strike, there would be no cause to celebrate. You would be worrying about how you're going to make your mortgage payments, about how you're going to pay for food, support your family,
Billy Porter selling his house. Is that
and,
the guy from The
well,
Fabulous Godmother?
yes,
Yeah.
and he's a person with money. There
Yeah.
are plenty of people with no money who counted on two incomes in California,
Yes.
people who had no stake in this game, the people who work behind the scenes. And now they don't get to work. I'm sure The Rock isn't handing anything out to them.
No, he's still
Not
doing
that he
Hawaii
needs
stuff.
to, but just in general, there is nothing to celebrate. People can't work.
Is that
I
just is,
wish that there was a way for more independent places to snag these people and give them a way of making money,
I
at
think
least in the
I
interim.
think Mark Ruffalo of all people was saying that this is going to help the independent filmmakers out and stuff like that. It's like, "Oh, okay, so are
Yes,
you
and then
going to
Disney
start
told
doing
him,
this?"
well, they are allowed to work on independent films,
Yeah.
except that sometimes certain jealous people who turned down independent roles or weren't offered any then shame those people, saying, "I thought we were in this together." That was Sarah Silverman, I believe, that
Oh
she
yeah,
turned down
fuck
an
her.
independent role, and then anytime she hears somebody accepting an independent role, it's suddenly, "I thought we were in this together." Sarah,
Yeah.
how are they
In what
supposed to
world?
make their bills?
Yeah, it's just such a delusional state that these people are in right now, though, where they don't know. If their stuff was good, people would actually give a shit. 'Cause I remember, I forgot what it was, though. I think it was one of the things we were watching, though. And they were talking about the writer's strike that happened a very long time ago. And the people wanted the strike to end because they said, okay, we want you guys to go back to making the great films and shows that we grew up loving. We want this. Now, at this point, it's like, I don't give a shit. We're going to see Trains, Planes, and Automobiles in a couple of weeks. That's the only movie that I actually trust to go to a box office and see at this point. That I know is
And I
not going to be
really
garbage.
appreciate that our movie theater is having those old
Yes.
movies come out so that we can continue to support them.
Yeah, most excited we were going to see a movie was Jaws. That's the most excited thing I wanted to see all year when you told me that it came out. It's like, oh wow, we're going to go see Jaws on the big screen.
I would
Nothing
recommend it to
else.
anyone. If your theater is ever playing Jaws, it's so much better on
Yeah,
the in the movie screen.
yes, much better. And I noticed things in that movie that I never noticed before, and that was pretty good. Even though I've seen the movie a bunch of times.
Oh, I've seen that movie more than anybody I know, and still, I've never understood Quint as well as when I saw it in the movies.
Yes, that was really good though.